Ah, good, nice and lukewarm for me now. Hello, happy Sunday. Welcome to the beginning of a new week. Thank the Lord. I love new weeks. I love Sundays. I even love Mondays because Monday blues as it is, as everyone says it is. New week means blank slate for me. New week means, however unhealthy I ate last week, whatever I did last week, it's a new fresh life, like a new mini chance at tackling your life. So that's actually a lot to do with what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. I wanted to share with you some of the methods I find I do to get my life together. And the irony here is because I would not by any means consider myself someone who has their life together. But that being said, I think that a lot of us have very different definitions of what having it together means. And I've very carefully chosen what I want to talk to you guys about in that sense based on my thoughts of how I feel I have my life together. So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is my space. So by my space, I mean my apartment. I am not a clean freak by any means. I'm not a germaphobe. I'm not, I don't love living in mess either, but I'm not one of those people that has like a routine schedule. Every Sunday cleaning day, spring cleaning, have to do my dishes before I go to bed. Like, that's not me at all. And I consider myself living a busy lifestyle too, so I try not to feel too guilty about that. But like anyone else, I do enjoy living in a clean space. And I don't mean clean like, hey, Windex, mop, and soap. I mean organized. So that being said, spending the last few weeks in quarantine, I have kept myself busy with a lot of sort of odds and ends kind of things. A lot of it to do with creativity. And I did find, as a disclaimer, that I do also enjoy working in organized chaos, if that makes sense. I have my couch right now in my living room has like my Korean learning things, my YouTube stuff going on, this project I'm making for my niece's birthday, and it's kind of strewn about everywhere, but it keeps me at it. It keeps me creative. It keeps me feeling like I'm working in my space. So as much as I love the, clean space, organized space, I do like working in a little bit of my own creative mess as well. That being said, in terms of actually getting the house clean, I have two specific things that I never meant to start doing them, but I noticed that they started happening. And so I've kept doing them because I feel that they work. So the first thing is when I feel like I have a couple projects to do around the house, like cleaning, or I have some dishes or putting away the laundry, etc. I find that if I invite a friend over, it's like an accountability thing, and I get more done having them like watch me to make sure I do that. I know, it's like a child, right? So I basically need a babysitter to get my house organized. And what that had turned into as well is even FaceTiming a friend. So if I can, if I don't have a friend to come over, and yes, while we're in quarantine here, that has been the case, if I FaceTime someone and kind of get going on whatever it is, doing my dishes or whatever that may be, I find that I get it done a lot more efficiently. The key is having started it already when they're here, or when the friend gets here, or when you start FaceTiming them. But not only that, but I find that I can do a few tasks, or I do a few tasks back to back when I have either someone on FaceTime or someone over. So as soon as I finish the dishes, I'm motivated to go on to the next task and do the next thing. And again, like I said, if that's what it is, if it's just about being accountable to someone watching you, then so be it. Obviously, the adult ultimate goal is to just be accountable to yourself, but it's okay if you're not quite there yet. I'm not. Here I am. So that's something that works for me. The second thing that helps me clean my house, or just kind of even, I keep saying clean, but even like perform a couple little tasks that I need to get done, cleaning, organizing, whatever it may be, is I like to either list them out loud as I'm doing them or number them. So I'll explain what I mean. let's say I come home from work or wake up in the morning and I'm in my living room and I see that, I have these 3 things to put away. That's on the floor, that's on a shelf it's not supposed to be on, this goes into my office, etc. I'll say what the things are out loud as I put them away, and then the list will get shorter and shorter. And as the list gets shorter, me hearing it out loud, it just motivates me to do more. So I'll start by looking at my living room and I'll say, pillow, markers, spoon, towel, blanket. And then I'll put the pillow away and it'll be spoon, towel, blanket, and then put the spoon away, towel, blanket, blanket. That, or I'll number it. So I'll look at what I have to do and I'll say, okay, 5 things, go. And I'll say 5 left, 4 left, 2 left, 3 left, 2 left, 1 left as I put them away. I don't know what it is. I don't know the method to the madness, but that it works for me. That and actually listing them off. And I find that, like anything else, you start with the small things. So it is just a matter of me putting that thing away or shutting that drawer even, hanging up that towel, etc. These are very poor examples, but I just find that if you start with the little things, you can get more done at once, and getting that momentum going motivates you to keep going and to keep maybe getting to the bigger things that day as well. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about is a big part of me feeling like I have it together is living a healthy lifestyle. Now, this is absolutely a constant struggle for me, for sure. Number 1, I am the snack queen. I love snacking, and yes, I snack when I'm bored, and yes, I snack when I'm legitimately hungry, but snacking is my thing. Second, working out and exercising regularly is a constant work in progress for me. Even at my most fit point or my most dedicated to fitness point, it wasn't consistent. So that is definitely a constant thing that I'm working on. Excuse me. But first I'll talk about food. So because I love to snack, I do groceries pretty frequently. I just live by myself in my apartment, so I'm just shopping for one. But I definitely do groceries once a week for sure. And I'm not a run out of food 20-something and then go do groceries. No, I am a 20-something who just stacks on the pile of things that I already have in my fridge and my pantry. So constant influx of groceries in this house for sure. So one way that I try to maintain a healthy lifestyle is by being proactive with my groceries. So when you're at the grocery store, I'm not strict in that, I go in thinking, I gotta get breakfast, lunch, dinner this week, but only one snack or only one sweet, only one high sugar thing. It's all about the experience, okay? It's all about the actual shop. So first of all, I don't know wherever you guys are from, how grocery stores, markets are organized, but I find that the really one grocery store I go to where I'm from is all of the fresh things, like the good natural foods. So, the bakery, bread, your produce, your dairy, it's all around the perimeter of the store. And I noticed that the middle of the store, which is the aisles, is your box foods, your bag foods, processed foods. So first of all, in terms of my shopping experience, I like to consciously make sure that I'm spending most of that time in the perimeter of the store. It's just my thing. Secondly, when it comes to your actual list, whether you're a grocery list maker or not, you go in and wing it. Definitely recommend being a grocery list maker, but I like to write down my grocery list based on the things that I know I want to make that week. And you're probably asking, okay, what does that have to do with being healthy though? I find that when you are shopping for ingredients, you tend to be buying those natural outer perimeter dairy, bakery, produce foods. Secondly, I do limit myself. I don't pick a strict number of snacks or salty things every week, but I do limit myself in that when I look at my cart, when I go to the checkout, if I were to take a picture of all this food, are my eyes drawn to a certain, am I noticing the fact that most of this food is junk? Is most of this food coming from a box? Is most of this food bagged, processed, prepackaged? I guess prepackaged isn't always bad, but you know what I mean. If I can look at the picture of my grocery haul as a full, oh my God, I can't speak today. If I look at all my groceries at once, am I noticing mostly bad foods or mostly good foods? And I actually sometimes, when I'm approaching the end of my grocery experience, I will go and put things back. My end goal is that I want to go to the checkout and I want to look at my pile of food and I want it to be mostly good things for me and mostly those natural outer perimeter of the store coming from the ground or a tree things. So that aspect is about being proactive with your food. Start at the grocery store. If you don't bring these things home, they're not available for you to eat. And yes, I know we're living in the wonderful century of Uber Eats and skip the dishes and all those wonderful things that, I mean, takeout is just a click away, even if you don't have it on hand. But it's all about trying your very, very hardest to avoid doing that. Recognize the fact that you have these ingredients that you just spent the time and money to go buy in your house to make good food. That being said, obviously, like any good dietitian, personal trainer, healthy lifestyle fanatic will tell you, of course, reward yourself. You don't have to feel guilty for having, that ice cream 3 times a night before bed this week, that handful of chips or 7 5 times a night this week. You don't have to feel guilty about that at all. But again, if you have the right foods in your house, the groceries that you did were more healthy than not, you're fine. You're good to go. Don't feel bad about yourself. I don't. And the second thing that I want to talk about in terms of healthy lifestyle living is my exercise. My big thing for the last 4 years now has been, again, making myself accountable to something or at a time, someone. What I mean by that is a few years back when I was living in Korea and teaching, I contacted a personal trainer from my hometown who owned a gym. I had seen a lot of her stuff online. A lot of my friends of friends and acquaintances from high school had gone to her gym, had used her as their personal trainer, just heard a lot of great things about her. And I had actually asked her to create for me a meal plan and a workout plan, and obviously it was like, I did like a 12-week program, something like that. She did check-ins with me, she changed my workouts once, and she changed, my macros as regularly as she felt necessary. Even though that was a 12-week program, I still have those workouts printed out. I still have those, and when I say meal plan, it was very, very flexible. I just mean, like she gave me, this many grams of protein, carbs, etc., and I had to follow it, eating whatever I wanted. I still, more so the workouts than the food, follow that routine workout plan, especially since we've been at home so much due to COVID. I find that my at-home workouts obviously aren't as strong, aren't as heavy as they were at the gym. So what I'm doing is I'm actually referring to these workouts that she created for me and doing a variation of the exercise based on the equipment or maybe nothing that I have at home. So obviously I have like my free weights at home. I have the heaviest I have is 10, so I'm not lifting heavy there. But in terms of like her leg day workout, okay, I don't have a squat machine here, but I can do squats. I don't have, the hamstring curls machine here, but I have my resistance bands and I can attach it and, do kickbacks that way. So I'm just making it work. My point of this is, if you have the means to do so, if you know someone, and I don't mean like a professional personal trainer at the, big chain gym in your area. You don't have to hire anyone. You don't have to spend big dollars. Just get a close family friend, someone who mediocrely knows what they're talking about when it comes to health and fitness, and have them make a plan for you. Discuss what your wants and needs are. Discuss what you're trying to do. If it's just about, hey, I want to be healthier, hey, I want to get moving more every day, have them fix up something for you and have them check in on you. Just ask them to check in every week and say, how many hours of exercise did you do this week? How many times did you do this workout? What did you eat today? Something like that. Again, being accountable to someone else kind of kicks your butt into gear. And eventually, again, you'll just be worried about being accountable to yourself. So yes, proactive with the groceries and having some kind of plan that's tailored to you, and having someone, a family or friend, check in on you to make sure that you're following that. The last thing I want to tell you guys about today is a big part of why is it snowing? Why is it snowing? It's May 8th. Why is it snowing? The third thing I want to talk about is a big part of me feeling like I have my life together is feeling like I'm doing enough. Doing enough, and I mean physically, projects, keeping busy, keeping my mind engaged, my brain, everything. So what I like to do, my favorite thing to do, and again, especially now that we've been spending so much time at home, is keeping myself busy with a lot of small projects, okay? And the first thing I'll say about this is they don't have to make sense, okay? Your small projects don't have to do with what you're going to school for. They don't have to be helping you advance in your career. They don't have to be about anything, okay? If you like doing something, if you've had that, one or two things in the back of your mind that you've been saying for quite a while, I want to get started on that, or I always wanted to do that, go do them. Start it. Mine was creating a YouTube channel. That was my big one. I've also wanted to learn another language for a very long time, so I started using Rosetta Stone learning Korean. I used to be a very big craft person when I was a kid, and I actually just thought of making a scrapbook for my niece's second birthday, so I've been working on that. Exercise, obviously, too. I mean, this and my last subject go hand in hand. If you've been meaning to move more, if you've been meaning to get started on, becoming a more fit, healthy person, make that a small project of yours. And it's as easy as that. Small project, start working out every day for 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes, okay? That is a small project. And then the next week, it'll become 20 for 4 days. And then the next week, you're doing, half-hour workouts 4 times a week. It'll happen. Start small. It's a recurring theme, and it's very purposeful. I start small so that the big things become more attainable, and you've already made progress when you get there. You've already done those small projects. You've already taken small steps to get you to that big project, instead of just sitting here twiddling your thumbs thinking, I should get to that big thing. I should get to that sink full of dishes. I should get to, that hour and a half workout that my personal trainer sent me. Start small. So, yeah, obviously, guys, I am by no means a dietitian myself. I am not Marie, I forget her last name, Kondo, I think. I am not the queen of organizing your space. I am not a personal trainer. I'm not anything like that. I'm just sharing with you guys, from a person who's not so together, how I feel like I get my life together. And your things are going to be your own. I'm not saying do everything that I do. This isn't a tips video by any means. I'm saying be conscious and recognize your own methods of what you did to have that productive. Oh my God. I'm saying be conscious of the methods that you choose to get things done. If you notice at the end of the day when you're going to bed, wow, I had a pretty productive day today. What made it productive? Did you just get a good night's sleep the night prior? Did you find yourself in the middle of the day when you wanted to sit down or wanted to have a nap, you just said, no, keep going? Did you find yourself starting with the small things? Okay, be conscious of those things, find what works for you, and keep doing them. Have a good week, guys.